Bitcoin price hits all-time high. Again. This is really going to benefit things like Bitcoin and small cap. The Bitcoin price today continues to hit another all-time high, this coming off the recent US election. We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. Also, Cardano up 30% this week. Altcoins making big news. Watch today's whole video, but with the largest asset manager on Earth, BlackRock, along with the other Bitcoin US ETFs buying more and more Bitcoin. Everyday investing expert Tom explains why. I think part of the reason investors are getting somewhat optimistic is that President Trump is entering office again, but this time with a lot more knowledge of how to build a cabinet and a team. And so in some ways, this would end up being more market friendly. And I think that's why investors are becoming optimistic. I kind of agree with the idea that there are animal spirits growing. They'll never be deficit friendly, will he? He will be deficit friendly. He won't be, if we cut taxes on tips, social security, overtime, remove the SALT cap, extend the tax cuts. If you do all those things, that seems like it's going to be very difficult to fix the deficit with just changes in taxes and spending. It's probably why Bitcoin is kind of interesting here because it's potentially a treasury reserve asset. And, as if Bitcoin rises in price, it actually helps offset the liabilities, which is the deficit. Wow, so Bitcoin is potentially a treasury reserve asset that can help fix the US deficit, says Fundstrat's Tom Lee. Meaning, when Trump said something like this, I guess he wasn't that crazy. Maybe we'll pay off our $35 trillion debt, hand him a little crypto check, right? We hand him a little Bitcoin and wipe out our 35 trillion. And of course, the reason something like this would be possible is because the United States is already one of the largest holders of Bitcoin. Due to DOJ confiscations, Trump has said that if he's elected, which he was, all this Bitcoin will not be sold. In fact, it'll be held like gold as a national reserve asset. I'm announcing that if I am elected, it will be the policy of my administration, the United States of America, to keep 100% of all the Bitcoin the US government currently holds or acquires into the future. We'll keep 100%. The hope is you do well. Please, this will serve in effect as the core of the strategic national Bitcoin stockpile. And even if the overwhelming amount of debt that the United States has stays the same, the federal deficit, of course, can be mitigated if Bitcoin rises in value and helps offset that. And by the way, the largest asset manager on Earth, BlackRock, is still aggressively accumulating. BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF is officially bigger than their gold ETF in just 10 months. And this is a signal, the fastest growing ETF of all time. That's an alpha signal right there. And it's not just the US. Remember, the $18 billion VanEck says the UAE, Argentina, and Ethiopia are already mining Bitcoin with government resources. Yeah, it's a non-US asset. It's an emerging market asset. And while we were all hyperventilating about the election over the last week, BRICS had a conference in Russia. There are 6 new members of BRICS this year. So BRICS GDP is now greater than the combined GDP of G7. Of the 6 new members, 3 of them, Argentina, the UAE, and Ethiopia, are now mining Bitcoin with government resources. So there is tremendous urgency outside of the US to find a way to circumvent the irresponsible fiscal policy that we've been running here in the US. In fact, Russia announced an initiative. Their sovereign wealth fund is going to invest in a regional initiative to build Bitcoin mining and AI infrastructure throughout BRICS, with an idea of settling global trade in Bitcoin. So look, someday, I don't know if it's 5 years, 10 years, Putin's going to die. We're going to look to reintegrate some of these countries into the world financial system, and they're going to be trading with Bitcoin. What are we going to be doing? Okay, and what about altcoins? Time to invest in altcoins? What about altcoin season? Bitcoin dominance seemingly has already topped out. Last time we saw something like this, back at the end of 2020 into 2021, this was altcoin season. Bitcoin losing dominance against altcoins. Bitcoin has been gaining value against altcoins for the last few years. It appears the reversal, the trend change, has probably taken place. If you remember, subscribers of Altcoin Daily were ready for this about 2 months ago. It's pretty clear, right? Your 2 last alt seasons were in the post-halving year. So this is the Bitcoin dominance yearly candles. If you're wanting alt season, you want to see Bitcoin dominance go down, right? The last time you had a big yearly. The candle where dominance went down was the post-halving year of 2021. The time before that was the post-halving year of 2017. You're right, I mean, you basically said it. I don't really think I could say it any better. Essentially what happens is that people that were riding the Bitcoin train during tighter and tighter monetary policy, they know what's up with the crypto markets, but then you get to the post-halving year and you get to looser monetary policy and all that good stuff. Altcoins outperform, and let's talk about altcoins implementing. But this shocks me. Every time I see it, that we are literally about 600 subscribers away from 1.5 million subscribers. Looking at the back-end data, number one, these are the other channels' audiences that watch Altcoin Daily the most. Do you agree with this? But also, 1 in 3 viewers that watch our channel are not subscribed, meaning 2 out of every 3 are. But if you're a part of that much smaller percentile, why not join us? Join the overwhelming amount of daily viewers that subscribe to us. We are literally 600 people away from ticking over to 1.5 million. And this is the sort of alpha. Binance buying Ondo. Now, this is something that the mainstream media won't share with you. Is Ondo about to be listed on Binance? Well, Binance did just buy some. We see that now in their cold wallet, and they now hold more than 500,000 Ando coins. Now, going over to CoinGecko and looking at markets, we see, no, they don't list it yet. The number 1 exchange is Bybit, also MEXC, Coinbase, BitGet. Now, it appears their wallet is holding it. Time will tell. By the way, you can always go in the video description of any of our daily videos and get a sign-up bonus and deposit bonus just for joining Bybit. Now, the only catch is you must use referral code ALTCOINDAILY, link down below, and then you'll grab a $20 sign-up bonus immediately and earn up to $30,000 in deposit bonuses. Also, special World Series of Trading competition happening now, link down. Tom Lee predicts $150,000 Bitcoin by 2025. And now that altcoin season is upon us, meaning Bitcoin dominance is seemingly decreasing, I think the most explosive part of alt season will officially happen when the wealth effect happens, meaning when Bitcoin price officially crosses that $100,000 psychological level, which could be by the end of this year. So you were at 150, I think, on Bitcoin, weren't you? But not necessarily by the end of this year. Or I think 6 figures is still possible before the end of the year, yeah. But then more next year and the year after. Yeah, I think because now, post-halving, and now Bitcoin's becoming a lot more relevant. And I think maybe the regulatory overhang is diminishing, that there's a lot of upside from here. Why decentralized science coins are pumping. Yeah, also looking at newer altcoins, Binance Labs just made a major investment in DI. That's decentralized science. If you remember in my interview with Binance founder CZ, he hinted at this. A couple of sentences. What aspects of crypto are you most bullish on? Is it DI? Is it meme coins? So, and then on the investments, there's really 3 parts. There's blockchain, there's AI, and there's biotech. So very simple, and both those are 3 big areas. Now, Binance Labs specifically invested in Bio Protocol. Bio uses blockchain to fund and develop early-stage research, connecting scientists, patients, and investors. WellShare is another DI protocol aiming to solve this healthcare crisis that we interviewed. Also, Brian Armstrong backed DI Project Research Coin, seeing a pump probably off of this Binance DI news. This is a DI project I recently took out a position in. Something to note is this is co-founded by Coinbase founder Brian Armstrong, so DEI is not shrinking, DI is growing. And also big news for crypto. How to find new crypto coins early. Launchpad Paid, which I'm an ambassador for, founded by Kyle Chass, friend of the channel. Paid offers certified crowdfunding opportunities made simple and accessible, aka new coins launch off them. And they're doing something very interesting with FDV fully diluted value launches. The team here is really taking a big risk by giving away a percent of the supply at a low valuation. Because one big thing that even Marad said, the reason people like meme coins is because with any other coin there's early investors that got in at the seed round, the private round, and by the time it launches, the fully diluted value with many other coins, it's always just so high. By the time retail, you and me, finally get in, the coin's overvalued and it only goes down. So they deliberately, I believe they deliberately list altcoins at extremely high initial valuations, so that even after the initial negative 90%, which is inevitable, the seed investors are still up 100 times, while retail mistakenly think that it's a discounted bargain. All of the 2024 launches on Binance are literally down only, every single one except two. One of them is WHSF paid. In order to solve this, we have started almost exclusively only doing stuff that truly benefits the community, aka super low FTVs. And this is the key here. On this community sale, you're getting in at a $10 million fully diluted valuation. Very low market cap. We can all agree that's low. Also, it's not just for like 1% of the coins, or for a more substantial chunk, which I love. This community sale is different from the traditional, IDO on AP terminal or whatever, or CoinList, or doing a note sale, or even like Binance Launch Pool. Because on Binance Launch Pool, you are only doing 1 to 3% of the token supply, which means most people cannot get in at that valuation. However, on Paid Network, when they are doing this public sale, they are doing it at a $10 million valuation, and they are raising $1.5 million in this sale. So, 1.5 million divided by 10 million, that's 15% of the token supply. This kind of metric means that if you really believe in this project, you have all the opportunity in the world to get in early at that $10 million valuation, because there is 15% of the supply being given away here at that low valuation. So, always cool to highlight the innovations happening in this space to benefit the community. That's the video for today. Like always, see you tomorrow.